Hello, QVS World Geography students. I hope you had a good first week with QVS, and I hope you're having a good weekend. I'm making this video today to introduce you to week 2 so that you can move ahead with Essential Unit 1, and hopefully this video can help you learn a few things about the Moodle page because along with discussing your responsibilities for week 2, I will also show you how you can access the grade books so that you can keep track of what you are doing in the course. So let's go ahead and move on, and let me take you to the course page. So as you know, we're working in Essential Unit 1. And as I explained last week, Essential Unit 1 is really a basic review of geographic skills. Many of the things you probably already learned in earlier classes in geography. There is an emphasis on map features, however, we go really well beyond that. The unit will be open for 4 weeks, which should make it very easy for you to master these concepts and skills because there is a lot of time for you to do so. In terms of what you did last week in week 1, you should have all of these activities done. And if you don't have those done, then before you move on to week 2, it's very important that you master those skills. It may look like there are many, but as I said earlier, these are building off of or reviewing skills and features that you've already been exposed to in the past. If there's anything new, it might be this activity on map projections, so that you have an understanding of how maps distort features of the Earth depending on how they are drawn. But other than that, the 5 themes in latitude and longitude and just these basic geography skills are pretty easy concepts for you to review and master. So again, make sure you go through these activities, make sure you submit scores for all of them. Moving into week 2, the emphasis will be on how modern maps are made, and along with that, features of the Earth's structure that cause for physical features to exist on this planet. So we're going to begin the week by watching a documentary. It's called The Geospatial Revolution. It's actually really a cool documentary on the science of map making, because what you'll learn in this, I'll go ahead and open it up. What you'll learn through this documentary is how geographers use GIS in order to layer data upon maps, and then how people who make decisions can use geographic data in order to decide like where to place the next store, or how do we get relief to people in a region of the world who are experiencing famine. So it's a really interesting documentary on the science of map making, and also on how those maps are used in order to make decisions today. After you watch each of the episodes, because there are 4 different episodes, they're an hour in total. For each of the episodes, you can see that I have some different questions. What I want you to do is create a Word document and make sure you entitle it Geospatial Revolution. Click here to get to the 4 different episodes. So if I open this, you'll see links to episode 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. So that's how you can get to them. And then as you watch each episode, then go ahead and answer the questions. And make sure on your Word doc you label it episode 1, question A, B, C, D, so on and so forth, so that it is clear to me which answers go to which questions. It's not important for you to copy paste the questions. You can if you like, but do make sure that you answer the questions in complete sentences. After you're done watching that, then you will upload your work here, okay, and move on to the next activity. And the next activity is really cool because you are going to make some maps. So you're going to go to this ArcGIS website and you're going to create a public account. So if we go ahead and open this activity, first, there's a nice little graphic on how data is used to make a map. And if you click on the image, you'll even learn about the ArcGIS website that you are going to use. But basically, I give you instructions on how to make an ArcGIS account, and it's free. So make sure you choose create a public account and follow my instructions so that there's not any confusion or frustration in creating the account. And then after you create the public account, I have all kinds of different types of maps that you're going to make. So, and step-by-step instructions in terms of how to do that. So if you are ever frustrated, it's important for you to go back to my instructions so that you follow them so that you can make the maps that I'm asking you to make. There are 4 different activities to do. And once you finish those 4 different activities, you are going to upload the maps that you made to this page. Okay, you can also save them in your ArcGIS account, but you're going to send them to me there as well. Okay, and then you can see in the middle of the week, I have 4 little gifts of knowledge for you. And with these gifts of knowledge, you'll yet again be reviewing some features of geography that you've probably already learned in the past. You'll take a look at the Earth's structure and the concept or idea of plate tectonics to have an understanding of how continental masses have shifted over time and the cause for those shifts, earthquakes and volcanoes. Then following those 2 activities, we will move into looking at seasons, climate, and vegetation. So you have an understanding of how climate impacts human activity. You are going to finish the week by doing a fun activity. I think it's fun. I hope you enjoy doing this. You're going to create a climate graph. So after you get familiar or refamiliarized with the different climate zones that exist in the world, you're going to pick a country because you could see direction number 1 here is look at the world map and choose a country. You're welcome to choose the country that you live in or your home country, but you might want to stray beyond the familiar and pick some country that you are not very familiar with. But you're going to pick a country and you are going to look at the climate zone that that country has and you're going to make a climate graph. I have an example of a climate graph right here. So essentially you can see that over the course of a year, because the months are displayed on the bottom of the climate graph, 2 pieces of data are collected. The amount of precipitation and the temperature throughout those months in the year. So you can see the green bars represent precipitation, while the red dots that form a line then are the temperatures from month to month. So in order to learn how to make a climate graph for the country that you've chosen, oh, and the city, you have to, I mean, I suggest the capital city, but you could choose any city that you like within the country that you choose. Go ahead and watch this little video right here. It explains to you how to make a climate graph. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the activity after all of these videos on the different types of climate zones, there is a climate graph template there for you. So you're going to download that climate graph template, and then you are going to use this website right here. So I'm going to open it and show you to get the data that you need to make the climate graph. So like if I write my capital here. Let's say I chose Benin. That's where I am right now. And I type in Cotonou and click on search, hopefully the data. Yeah, so it gives you the coordinates for Cotonou, 6 degrees north and 2 degrees east. And then it's going to give me some climate data for Cotonou. So let me click on that just to show you. Yeah, and then it opens this, like you could get average rainfall, 24-hour average temperature. These are the areas that you're going to go to get the data that you need in order to make the climate graph. So that's a really cool website right there. It's called worldclimate.com. And with the data that you collect from that website, you're going to plot it on that template that I gave you below. And then at the end of the template, so if I open it, for example, at the end of the template, there are some questions for you to answer. Okay, there's the template. There are some questions for you to answer based on the data that you collected. So don't just do the front side of the climate graph. Make sure that you answer part 2 and part 3 questions. Part 2 is fairly simple. Describe the climate zone that you've chosen. Part 3, how does the climate in this region impact human activity? Describe at least 3 examples. So that's why perhaps it would be good to watch the video. So you see all these videos here, to watch the video that correlates with the climate zone that you chose, because that's going to help you answer the last 2 questions on that climate graph that you are making. Okay, so going back, and then that's the last activity for week 2. Okay, so I hope this helped so that you understand my expectations for the week. And if you ever have any questions, it's very important that you contact me. I'm happy to help you. We could do a Skype call or a Zoom call. Either is good. Contact me so that I can help answer any questions that you have. I don't want you to be frustrated or confused. I am very happy to help. Oh, and one more thing. I'm actually going to take you back to the course page. I told you I was going to show you how to look at the grade book. So off to the top left-hand corner of your course page, if you click on this icon right here, now mine looks a little bit different because it's the teacher page, but you do have that icon. If you click on grades, then it's going to open up the grade book. Now, again, I have all of you in here, but you can essentially see my blank template. You can see all of the activities for Essential Unit 1. And when Unit 2 opens, you'll see all of those activities as well. And this is blank because it's just the teacher page, but over here next to grade and feedback, you should be able to see your scores, and you should be able to see comments from me on how you are progressing through the unit. So again, that's by clicking this icon up here, and it will say grades. And if you click on grades, then it will open up for you. Okay. So I wanted to make sure I showed you that one thing before we go. And again, please stay in touch, communicate with me if you have any questions. Have a good week, and I will talk to you again next weekend when we get into week 3.